This one is a quick tip video clip number 10, the drama-free diet.
And so, yeah, this is all about what you do before an argument begins. And, you know, in relationship, you're growing together. You're gonna go through crunchy moments, right? And some of those are just little surface level crunchies, and some of them are very deep rooted crunch. Through your relating, you can grow and develop, or you can spiral down into
crash and burn.
And so that's what we're talking about today.
The drama-free diet.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite tips. We use it multiple times a day.
It's an oldie but goody. And so, as I mentioned before, we really love to be creative and playful, but also like to make sure it's backed up with neuroscience, research, also, you know, information you can really sink your teeth into. And it's not just somebody's whim or idea, although inspiration comes in many ways, but I like the best of both worlds. So speaking of the best of both worlds, we took research from our favorite relationship experts. And so Harville Hendricks and Helen Hunt, they came up with something, you know, about called the negativity diet. They describe negativity as blaming, shaming, complaining, and also even criticizing. Hell, they tell people don't do it. Under any circumstances, don't do it in your relationship. So Raj and I thought, okay, that's really smart, but that's not so easy. For us, the things that often lead to blaming, shaming, complaining, or criticizing are we're tired, we're hungry, you know, you might get hangry, or we have computer problems, internet issue, or, you know, computer crashing, or computer stolen, or something happens like that because our work is all around our computers. So that's when it would come up for us, and we thought, all right, well, what are we going to do as a habit? Remember, we talked about your relationship habits will determine your relationship happiness. What's the habit that we can bring in? So we brought in John Gottman's magic ratio, that in order to have a healthy relationship, you need to have a minimum ratio of 1 negative experience to 5 positive experiences. So we thought, great, we got this. If there's 1 negative experience, we'll just make sure to create 5 right on the spot, and that'll fix everything.
Yeah, and how amazing is that, right? Because it's not like we never complain, blame, or shame, right? Whenever you feel that negative energy cropping up in the space between you and your partner, you can just do this 5 positives. Do you want to give a quick example? Just like
Sure. The way we came up with the tool, all our tools come up in the spot, right? When something happens, is Raj came into the kitchen and we were about to cook dinner. I usually cook dinner, and I was cooking, and I open the trash can and I see that it's just packed to the gills. How do you expect me to cook dinner when the trash is overflowing? You know, total bitchy, unnecessary roughness, flag on the play. And Raj very brilliantly didn't say anything to me about it. He didn't say, don't take your stress out on me, or I don't appreciate your tone. He just looked at me with this look like, really? That's where you want to go for our first interaction after work today? And I was like, okay, if he can be that chill when I've been that bitchy, all right. So I did a little reverse. I said, let me do a do-over. I said, I'm going to call me out. Gabby's going to call me out. All the LL Cool J music from when I was growing up. And I said, that wasn't very cool. And that's when we came up with doing the magic ratio. And so I said to Raj, you know, for one, the trash is your job and not mine. Thank you. 2, you most commonly take it out. I hardly ever have to ask you to take out the trash. 3, you're just a really clean person. You're way more clean than I am, and the house always looks beautiful. Thank you for that. 4, you're my partner in having the house look beautiful, and I take care of some things and you take care of some things. And 5, you're my partner in life, and I just so am grateful for that. And so you notice I started really specific and I went to more general. And research shows by the time you get to the 3rd acknowledgement, people are back at neutral. But if you go to the 4th or the 5th, there's more intimacy than when you started. So my favorite relationship tools are not the tools that just help you hold on and get through it, but how can you, like karate, you know, take the energy and turn it and twist that so that it actually becomes this positive force. I like to say upset can create intimacy, or the breakdown can be a breakthrough. But even some breakthroughs are still like crunchy and uncomfortable, and you can really use this for bringing you together.
Yeah, and you'll just notice after the 3rd, you feel it. Even when she just did it then, I viscerally, not that I was upset about anything, but you're just like more close, more intimate, you're feeling great. And the next 2 kind of push you over the positive edge, and it just lights up the relating between you two. So test that one out. It's super easy to do.
You could play the game for 20 minutes. You could play the game for 24 hours. You can play the game. We play it ongoingly now, but you just want to create a zone where you say, this is a negativity-free zone. Let's play the drama-free diet. It's not even blaming or shaming when someone does it, but creating a space and a habit where you do it yourself so then they start doing it. And if you catch yourself being blamey, shamey, complainy, we call it, then you want to do a do-over or a go in the reverse as you saw me do, or pull out the old LL Cool J. I'm going to call me out. In fact, to me, it's so strong. Like when we first started doing this tool with each other for the first month or so, one day I was opening my closet. At the time, I had a very, very small closet, and I was like, this is a mess, and I don't even like anything in it. And it was like, I heard just the spewing of negativity. And that's when it was like, oh, wait, what if I took this habit and did it with myself? Now, if you're committed to the habit, it takes more energy to say those 5 things than to just stop saying negative things. And so eventually, if you keep saying the 5 and saying the 5, you not only heal from the 5, you not only build the intimacy, you stop, you break yourself of that habitual habit of the negativity. And then all it has to be is a really low grade negativity, and both of you are like, whoa, that feels kind of weird, rather than waiting for things to escalate. So it's like building in an early alert system.
Yeah, a lot of it is just bringing awareness to something that has become habitual in your relationship, and then breaking the pattern. And over time, you shift the pattern so that that's not the norm anymore.
So moving beyond repairing damage and into building intimacy, that is the core context, not just of this tip, but of all of the relationship work that we do, is that we don't want people to wait until it's almost over to quote unquote work on their relationship. Have this proactive approach and build these habits and go beyond just repairing that damage and actually start building intimacy. This one is a quick tip video clip number 10, the drama-free diet. And here's to you having a playful, peaceful, passionate relationship.
Thank you, everybody.